Good morning to you. Welcome back to Morning Live. Now, on International Women's Day, we as Sport have decided to catch up with a national asset on the other side of the world, and that is none other than Hilda Tholakele, the breadwinner Magaia, and she's out in Mexico, where she plays, of course, for Femenil, which is in Mazatlán. And she's there also alongside another Banyana teammate, Sinoxolo Cesane. At the moment, you also have Tembi Kgatlana as well as Jermaine Seposino, all playing out in Mexico. A good morning to you, Hilda. Thank you for joining us right here on Morning Live. It's actually evening for you out in Mexico. A good evening to you.
Good evening.
So, Hilda, I want us to talk about when we look at your career and where you started out. We know at some point you were playing in the Hollywood Bets Super League. It wasn't called that at the time, but you're playing for TUT. What is it that inspired you to get into football? When you look at the female players at the time that you got into football, who were you looking up to and who was your inspiration at the time?
I grew up looking up to Portia Modise. I always wanted to be in the national team and wear jersey number 7. I mean number 12, of which is the jersey that she was wearing. So each and every time when I watch Banyana, I would say to my mom that I also want to go to the national team and wear this jersey number and just do well like this player, because yeah, she's been exceptional for the national team. And yeah.
And you say you looked at a Portia and you wanted to aspire to be like her. And you look at your journey now. Did you ever think you would get to the point where you go into a Women's World Cup out in Australia and New Zealand, and the entire nation is looking to Hilda, the breadwinner, to find us a winning goal? I mean, did you ever in your life think you would come up against Italy and walk away with the player of the match in a match of that magnitude?
If I would say yes, I would be lying actually. I never imagined myself playing in the World Cup. My goal was to play in the national team, but the World Cup, no. So, yeah, it was a great moment for me. And obviously playing against the big teams, Italy and Sweden, it really meant a lot for me as a player. And as well as the breadwinner of the nation, being able to provide for the nation.
Let's go a little bit deeper in providing for the nation and the strides that you've made, because not only was it out in the World Cup, but also in what you've done continentally in WAFCON, those winning goals that you scored for South Africa. What would you say in your career so far has been the highlight for you?
I would say the 2 goals that I scored in the final, WAFCON, obviously, those were like a great moment for me. I couldn't even believe it myself. But because of the way the team was pushing me, the coaches, the technical team, I mean, everyone was just behind us. Everyone was just pushing us. I just remember when Coach Des said to me during halftime that I should just score at least 1 goal, then I would have given the nation the bread. And it really came, and I did it for the nation.
Let's talk about the bread that you bring to the nation and the breadwinner. How did this nickname come around for you? Because we know in men's football in '96 we had a nation builder, which was Mark Williams, and now we have Hilda Tholakele Magaia being the breadwinner. How did this one come about for you?
So I got this name actually in 2019. From TUT supporters. I was the goalkeeper in a varsity football tournament. So I was a player, infield player, and then I became the goalkeeper and I saved 1 penalty. And then that's where everyone was like, breadwinner, breadwinner. But it wasn't that popular. So it got popular during WAFCON 2022, when I actually won the bread for the nation. So that's when everyone was like, breadwinner, breadwinner.
And of course, today we're celebrating International Women's Day, and we're looking at the strides that women have made in sports. And you look where the South African national football team started. And I know particularly with you, you support other sporting codes as well. I see you posting netball quite a bit and looking at what's happening with the Spar Proteas as well. What is your message to a young Hilda sitting at home and a young girl who wants to one day play for the Proteas, play for Banyana, who wants to be an international tennis player? What are your words of inspiration for them?
For me, I could say to them, dreams are valid as long as you work towards them. I mean, everything doesn't come easy, more especially in a sports fraternity. You really have to put in the work so that you can be able to be recognized, be able to be the best in the game. So just keep on pushing that, just keep on believing in yourself. Even though nobody believes in you, just keep on going. One day you will get wherever you want to go.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Hilda. We look forward to the competition coming up in Mexico between you, Jermaine, as well as, of course, Ubikinini. Have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, V. Thank you so much for having me.
And of course, we say a good evening because in Mexico for Hilda, it's about 9 or 9:30 p.m. that side.